This is my favorite camera I have ever used. It was the first camera I purchased with my own money when I was 14 years old. So it got me into the world of photography and film and made me want to become a cinematographer. It's completely bare bones and lacks many of the things we take for granted today, but back then, it was an amazing piece of gear. This is the Canon T2i. I got into filmmaking mostly because of machinima. If you don't know what that is, it's basically you're making a movie inside of a video game. I would make little videos in Halo 3 and Call of Duty 4. I know it's nerdy, but it was a lot of fun. One day I came across a Norwegian YouTuber named Johansson, whose real name was Johan Greaves Musket. His Call of Duty montages were incredible and just always had the best music. Over time, he transitioned into making music videos and short films with the Canon T2i, which made me really want to get one as well. Unfortunately, he passed away in May 2019, and I'd say he's the reason I wanted to start making videos. His work always looked so good, and I remember thinking I wanted my stuff to look like that. When I got the Canon T2i, I was shooting anything and everything. I'd be on YouTube and Vimeo, back when Vimeo was actually good, looking at every Canon T2i video and dreaming about owning the 5D Mark II, which was the best DSLR back then. Early 2010s YouTube and Vimeo were some of the best times to be on those platforms because DSLR filmmaking was still fairly new, and it was the first time people had accessible, affordable pieces of filmmaking gear that could get you super shallow depth of field and shoot amazing footage. You could also add open source software, which we'll get into later. Before DSLR filmmaking took off, people were using the Lotta 35 adapters, which were these adapters that you could attach to camcorders, which allowed you to use DSLR and SLR lenses, but it would usually result in a really big, cumbersome rig. DSLRs got rid of that, for the most part. When I was getting footage with the T2i, I had to remember that I couldn't crop in or anything like that, like I'm used to with 4K and 6K, and so I basically just had to get the shot in camera. I had very little wiggle room to move around in post. The 18 megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor still holds up incredibly well today, and has great Canon colors we all know and love. Since the T2i didn't have a log profile, people created their own picture styles using Canon's picture style editor software and shared them online. These are great for video because you could be a little bit more creative with looks straight out of the camera. The most popular picture style is the Technicolor CineStyle one, and it would give you a sort of log profile, but since the T2i is only 8-bit, when you went to grade it, it would give you problems like banding and other stuff you just don't want. My favorite picture styles were made by Vision Color. They're still around to this day, and they make a bunch of color grading applications for Resolve, Lightroom, and Photoshop. They also made the infamous M31 LUT, which made everything teal and orange. My go-to picture styles were VisionTech, Vision Color, and Cinelook, with VisionTech being my favorite for video. VisionTech was a slightly flatter profile than Vision Color. Vision Color was the more neutral profile, and then Cinelook would give you really nice, rich, pleasing colors straight from the camera. No. Okay, we're good. Oh Christ, I was not going to record that again. That video would have been gone. I would not have shot it again, I'm sorry. It would have been my third time reshooting that. No way in hell I'm doing that. Earlier, I mentioned adding firmware to the T2i. You probably all know what I'm talking about. It's Magic Lantern. Magic Lantern added features that are standard on pretty much every camera these days. Magic Lantern would also add raw video in May 2013 for the Canon 5D Mark III. It allowed you to shoot raw video with better dynamic range and color, bringing near cinema quality to DSLRs. This feature later came to the 5D Mark II, Canon 70, and the Canon T2i. By that time, I was primarily shooting on the 5D, so I only used raw video with that. I remember the raw video with the T2i wasn't that good because the T2i just wasn't powerful enough compared to the other cameras. The Canon T2i may not be groundbreaking by today's standards, but in 2010, it was a great starter camera, and it introduced me and many others to the world of filmmaking and photography. I will always love that camera because it was the best I had back then, and I made do with it, and I feel like it really helped me to grow as a filmmaker. I think the T2i will always be my favorite camera I'll ever own and ever use. I could own an Alexa 35, but I would still love the Canon T2i for so many reasons and how much it means to me. I think it'll just be my favorite forever. Okay, yeah, that was my favorite camera. Hope you liked that video. And also, I'm shooting this on anamorphic on the Great Joy, I guess Blazar, whatever it is. The Great Joy anamorphic 1.8 times on S5 IIX. And it's pretty good. I really like it. If Blazar wants to give me some lenses for me to use and test out, that'd be very cool. It is almost Christmas, the season of giving, so now's a good time to give me some stuff. Okay, see you everyone. Bye. Woo.